Once an old mill city and the home to hundreds of shoe factories, Brockton, the seventh largest city in Massachusetts, with 100,000 residents, is in the process of reinventing itself. I'm Jenny Johnson for Comcast Newsmakers at Suffolk University's downtown Boston studio. First-term Mayor Linda Balzotti, a Brockton native, is here to discuss the state of the city. Welcome, Mayor.
Thank you, Jenny.
Thanks for being here. So obviously during your time as mayor, you've seen some very challenging financial times with cutbacks on the state and federal level. How specifically has this impacted Brockton?
It's difficult in terms of the kind of services that residents continue to expect and our ability to fund them when we have a constant reduction in the revenue coming in to pay for them, in combination with rising fixed costs like health insurance and pensions. So far we've been successful, at least on the city side, to maintain services and to maintain employees. Last year on the school side we did have to reduce some employees by layoff, and we've managed to call back some and most, but there are still some teaching positions that went unfilled. So it has been very, very difficult. It's a very fine line to walk when you're trying to do the best for your residents, but the declining revenues don't always allow you to do that.
Speaking of doing the best for your residents, a big part of your budget focuses on public safety. So can you outline some of the concerns for us?
We have a number of issues in the city. Particularly we have issue with our young people right now. It's a very, very small percentage of our young people that sometimes engage themselves in activities that aren't beneficial to the community. So we're working very hard with our law enforcement agencies. We have a cooperative effort, a terrific effort with the state, federal, and our local law enforcement, as well as the DA. We've had a number of successful raids in the last few months that have gotten some of our larger offenders off the street. But in addition to that, we know that a big part of it is not just the arrest of folks, but it's also the preventative measures that we take. So we have a lot of youth programs that we've initiated. One, Brockton After Dark, which will be in its 8th year this summer, and that offers young people 13 to 20 free programming from 6 to 10 p.m. Monday through Friday for the whole summer. So that's our way of trying to engage our young people and give them other opportunities.
Sounds like a great program. Let's stick with education for a second. You have 16,000 children enrolled in the public school system. So where is your focus here? What are some challenges and what are some successes you've seen?
We have our high school has gotten a lot of notoriety of late because of the success we've had in the achievement of our young people and how they're doing on the MCAS test. It's a 4,400 person school. We have 4,400 students in the high school, one of the largest high schools east of the Mississippi, which I am a proud graduate of. We've gotten a lot of press of late because of the work that's been done by our principal, Dr. Zakowicz, to work on literacy skills and to bring all of our folks all of our students up to speed on that. We have some issues with math. We're focusing on that now, but we have they have done tremendously well. With the younger students, elementary and middle school, we have a number of young children who come in where English is not their first language. So that's one of the biggest hurdles that we have to get over in terms of being able to assimilate them so that they have the same educational opportunities that other children coming into the system do.
An important focus. Now, Brockton has one of the largest foreclosure rates in the state, which affects the families but also the neighborhoods. So what are you doing to address these issues?
We as a city have unfortunately become a shining example because of our large foreclosure rate. But what has helped is that a faith-based community group called Brockton Interfaith Community brought to me when I was a city councilor some issues that folks going through foreclosure were facing. We filed as a city some whole rule petitions before the legislature to try to get some corrective measures in terms of how banks deal with folks in foreclosure and some other issues. And thankfully the legislature embraced those home rules, but some other legislation was created. Governor signed it, and they're seeing some relief.
That's great. Now, you have announced that you're running for a second term. So what factors help you make this decision, and what's sort of the main goal for the next term?
Well, you know, political pundits say that being a mayor of a small urban community is the hardest job, but it's the greatest job in America, and I look forward to moving my hometown forward.
Wonderful, Mayor. Well, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching Comcast Newsmakers. I'm Jenny Johnson.